think that Augie Choice is really unique.
Augustana gives you $2,000 to go and use it however you want.
Directly used to support a study abroad program that is managed and operated through Augustana, or you can use it to support an internship, anything that will help better your learning and further your learning.
Augie Choice encouraged me to go off campus again, step out of my comfort zone, and really fulfill a dream of working in a national newsroom. I used my Augie Choice to go off campus and study for a term in New York City, and I worked for CBS News.
I used my Augie Choice money to help myself basically pay for rent and everything throughout the summer. This allowed me to conduct research at a local area, Scott County, just across the river. We did lead contamination testing, and we were able to interact with the community, basically conduct research for my senior project.
I used my Augie Choice to travel abroad on East Asia term, and so I was gone for 10 weeks and I spent it in Japan, China, Hong Kong, and Taiwan.
I used my Augie Choice actually to stay on campus to do research in the summer. So to have the SLU here right on campus was really convenient. I wanted to get biology research experience, and so we were able to study painted turtles. I got to get in the SLU and actually catch the turtles. Really anywhere that I went, I was going to have to pay for living somewhere, paying rent and buying my own groceries. And so with Augie Choice, it was going to give me the opportunity to do really anything that I wanted, and it just so happened that what I wanted to do is right here on campus.
When I was applying for schools, I noticed Augie Choice and I thought it was awesome. I didn't even fully understand it, but when I got here and I met people at CORE and they really talked to me about it, they're like, yeah, $2,000 to do what you really want. And I definitely utilized that.
I'm grateful for Augie Choice because it helped me grow in ways that I didn't even know that I could.
I feel very enabled and encouraged by the people at Augustana and the opportunities that Augustana has offered me to go full force forward and pursue my dreams and really be comfortable in who I am moving forward.
Internships are the main source for students to gain skills and experience outside of the classroom and outside of their co-curricular activities. Where else can you do that? Only through an internship.
I'm a forecasting analyst at John Deere, and I predict different parts that are needed around the world for different John Deere locations. Getting this internship was really important to me because I feel like it really benefited my resume, but also pushed me out of my comfort zone because it was such a large company that scared me, but ultimately is giving me such a great experience.
A lot of time an internship leads to a first position, or at the very least opens up the door for networking so that you can get yourself known within the field.
I've been able to participate in 2 internships, one with RSM, which was a tax internship, and the second one also a tax internship with PricewaterhouseCoopers, which is one of the big 4 accounting firms in the world. After both internships, I've received 2 full-time job offers. I've always wanted to intern at one of the big 4, but I never imagined actually getting a full-time job offer with one of them, and that's truly because of the support of everyone in the accounting department.
While we do have a number of students in business, finance, marketing, we do have students who are engaging in internships within arts and communication, all of the STEM fields, health sciences, as well as our social impact and community service fields. So there's really something for everyone.
That looks like a spot till shiner.
Yeah. I'm interning with the Upper Mississippi Center here on campus. They partner with a lot of cities and counties in the area to help them collect environmental research. I like to be able to do real-world research and really feel a connection to what I'm doing.
I've had opportunities here that I don't know I would have had at other schools. Because Dr. Gosher knew students who went on to work at these news channels, I was able to contact them and get an internship at the local news station. This internship literally changed my life. I was able to get hands-on, real-life journalism experience.
In Davenport, Michelle Quinn, Local 4 News.
I feel very prepared because of the classes that I took here, but also because of the opportunities with the internships I've had.
I think getting an internship ultimately helps you getting your first job out of college. I feel so much more comfortable and confident in myself now that I've kind of had that first job experience.
I believe that an internship is one of the most valuable things a student can do while they're in college.
The study abroad perspective or the study away perspective is essential to be a successful and relevant professional today. It gives you the chance to dream about things that otherwise you can only read on books. Potentially, students can go almost anywhere around the world. There are some unique places and some unique experiences, in this case, some of them led by faculty.
I'm Mike Egan, co-director of the Augustana Jamaica program. The Jamaica program is a J-term experience here on campus, 3-week trip down to the island, largely geared toward education majors, but open to any student on Augustana's campus. The culmination of the trip is a 2-week experience engaging with school children at partnering Jamaican schools.
I had never student taught before, so being responsible for a lesson plan for these 7th graders was an experience that I would have never gotten being in the classroom just teaching to my fellow classmates.
No matter where you are, culturally responsive teaching is very important. Here in the United States or anywhere that you're teaching, I think going overseas to teach really forces students to think deeply about how the student culture impacts, and our teachers need to figure out ways of connecting with a culture that's very different from theirs. When we travel, it's definitely an experience that you're not going to get through your local travel agent. You know, we have opportunities to go to places, experience things, talk to people.
I was fortunate enough to find a program that kind of really specified my field, for example, education. But there are a ton of study abroad programs that are meant to do that.
What we help them with is with questions that will help them narrow their options and also to relate what they are going to do there with their academic and personal goals. Through that experience away, off campus, you are going to get an understanding of the world that will make you a much more relevant professional with better chances to be successful.
In career development, students can get started by exploring their interests, skills, values, how we can contribute to the world. The Viking Score is a career readiness program to help set students up for success, not only in college but postgraduate as well. It's a series of activities that provides a path for students to complete. It motivates students to make the small steps and piece them all together to work towards their goal. So the activities range from what you might think is a small, simple step to something larger, whether it's an internship, maybe a study abroad experience. We have come up with 4 different developmental stages of the career path, and those include career exploration, readiness, experience, and then preparation. The beauty of this is that students can hop in at whatever developmental stage they're at that time. And it might be your first year, it might not be, and that's okay. We also work with students on resume building, and then there's also things like how to dress professionally for an interview, or how to approach a potential employer that you want to do a job shadow with. Really putting all the pieces together. We've developed this reward system for students to complete these steps. There are things like an Augustana car decal, a Viking Score t-shirt, which is student designed, a really nice professional portfolio binder, and it's a fun way of incorporating those career developmental steps. The Viking Score makes it a little more obtainable for students to be able to keep track, and then it also allows students to circle back. Oh, I tried this out and decided this really isn't a good fit for me. Let's go back to the exploration and figure out what my next step is. The Viking Score provides the path and the resources and the incentives to help a student be successful once they graduate from Augustana.
The mission of the Upper Mississippi Center is to really mobilize Augustana's faculty and students to help communities tackle some of the challenges they're facing. today we're out doing part of our watershed assessment. So we're partnered with the cities of Davenport, East Moline, and Moline. And what we're doing is trying to assess the overall health of the watersheds. Today you're looking at one aspect of that where we're assessing the fish populations.
That looks like spot tail shrimp.
My favorite part about being involved with the Upper Mississippi Center is being able to work with communities in the area to solve their problems. I like to be able to do real-world research and really feel a connection to what I'm doing.
Being out here doing research and stuff is going to help prepare me for graduate school and hopefully get a job for a government agency.
This is a chance for the students to take what they've learned in their classes and apply it to a real-world setting.
I am processing lady beetles. I'm looking at what lady beetles were here in the past. So we have a legacy collection, and then we have our collection that we're doing over the summer. Over there are actually student samples from as far back as the 50s that we went back and identified and are now using for our research to see what lady beetles we have in the area. One of the goals of my research is to find out ways to integrate research into the classroom. I'm going to be a science teacher, so being able to take the experiences that I learn here and apply them to my future students and give them a really amazing high school experience is super amazing.
You really get to understand what you're learning by actually doing it in the field.
It's good to know that we're actually doing something that helps the community.
So this is a chance for students even before they graduate to put their expertise and their knowledge to work helping communities solve some of their problems.
The Edge Center is, technically we're an entrepreneurial center, but we're really an experiential learning center or a hands-on learning center. We're all about technology, design, and marketing communication. Students can do an experiential minor in entrepreneurship. It includes some coursework. It also includes, though, a piece in the Edge Center. The hands-on learning part, that really revolves around 6 student groups and internships. So my oldest group is called the Web Guild. Students will learn design, coding, project management skills, client communication skills, and they're pretty big enterprise. They have around 225 clients on contract right now. The second oldest group is they call themselves ADS. It's short for Advertising Developers. And it's a group that competes in a national competition against 150 other colleges and universities. We get a real problem from a real client. They do a ton of research. They write a full strategic marketing plan for the client. We travel to a competition and 4 of our team members stand in front of the client and there's a pitch piece to it. And they pitch the marketing plan to them. At the end of that day, we know the score on our pitch, and on our plan. Then we also have a Her Campus chapter. They publish a weekly online magazine, 6 articles a week, magazine-style writing. They hold events, they do social media. We have a chapter of an international organization called Enactus, and Enactus is about social entrepreneurship. The other 2 groups that work out of Edge are definitely just almost straight creative groups, Photography Club, as well as a group called Black Squirrel Productions, which is a video film group, and both of those are really just to teach students kind of the technical skills in both those creative areas. All of the groups in the Edge Center are available for students any year, any major. We always tell people all you have to do is walk in the door. What they do in the Edge Center, that outside of class experience, really becomes almost the most important thing that they do at Augustana. That's the feedback I get, is that what I learned in there, I use on the job all the time. And I hear it over and over. Students get jobs and their employers tell them, we hired you because of your portfolio or because of your management experience. We've never met somebody like you before. And it's all just kind of leveraging real hands-on experience and being able to take it out and demonstrate your work and show that you're different than every other college grad.